And welcome back to the Kansas City Royals franchise mode here on MLB 23, the show. We are currently in the month of June, about to go to the month of July, and it's about to be the MLB draft, the All-Star break, and then in the next episode, we will get to the trade deadline. Now, I'll be honest with you, I did a horrible job scouting this season. I really didn't do it, I'll be honest with you. I'm just used to the auto scouting from years past. I didn't realize that actually you can scout this year and it's actually kind of decent. So that's on me. We're going to try to pick despite that, but yeah, the draft, that's my fault. It's bad. But I mean, I did scout some prospects, and in the comment section down below, what way, I don't exactly know what is the best way to scout. Do you scout by prospects individually? Do you scout by position? I'm assuming it's position, but since I did this super last second, I was like, all right, we're just gonna scout 3 players and hope for the best as we get into the MLB draft in just a couple, or just 1 week now. The Royals aren't doing well. I mean, we're 34 and 54. We're 20 games under. It's just bad. Now 21 games under 500, 22 games. We are not a good baseball team. The Diamondbacks are trying to get Scott Barlow from us. No. I mean, we took Kyle Lewis from them. Kyle Lewis has produced into a pretty solid center fielder, but I'm not looking to make a deal to try to trade our closer. So let's go to the MLB draft. We're going to add our prospects to the 3 that we scouted. It's going to be Elmer Mateo. It's going to be Floyd, I do believe. Yeah, we're going to add him to the draft queue. And then we've got one more. I think it's Freddie Alia. I probably butchered that. And folks, if you haven't yet though, make sure that subscribe button down below for us more MLB 23, the show here on the channel. I don't think we posted the Padres video earlier today. I'm kind of crunched on time right now. So tomorrow will be the return of the Padres March to October. But of course, Royals remain every single day here on the channel. With the number 1 pick, it is not the Washington Nationals. They got the number 2 pick in the lottery. The number 1 pick will be the Pittsburgh Pirates. And they are going to take this guy. Obviously, it's all auto-generated rookies. And oh, it's our guy. It's Elmer Mateo. So with the 8th pick, I mean, the only guy who's still on our board is Freddie. He's a left fielder. I mean, if you look at what he is at face value, he's 18 years old. He's a switch hitter coming out of high school. He could be an 80 overall right now. Could be up to a 97 potential. He's the number 16th draft rank on the board. I feel like this is the pick, or just not on the board, but just in all, he's number 16. I like this a lot. Give me Freddie Alia to be our first pick in the draft. He's a left fielder. Of course, we're still going to have to sign him out of high school and convince him not to go to college, but we'll see. With our second pick, we're going to take Michael McHugh. He's 21 years old. Left fielder again, but obviously you're just picking outfield players. We can move him to the other corner outfield if we need so. Mark Takahashi is our next pick, our relief pitcher. 18 years old, could be really good, could be really bad. Coming out, again, of high school, he's a left-handed relief pitcher, needs some of those. Clifford Tapia is up next. He's a second baseman, 18 years old, looking young for this draft, honestly. Ben Matos is another second baseman, 18 years old out of high school. We'll see what we get out of him. And then our last pick, I mean, this is just shooting a dart. It's Isaiah Vento, the first baseman coming out of high school, 18 years old. Could be all the way up to 99 potential. On to the All-Star game. Really don't want to play this because it's just Salvador Perez, and we swing with Salvador Perez all the time anyway. He is starting for the American League like he should. He is the catcher over like Eric Haas. I mean, it makes sense. None of our players were in the home run derby, which I guess makes sense as well. But Salvi's having a pretty nice year for himself. 19 home runs, 49 RBI, 256 average. I mean, everything's been better than last year. And also, yes, Freddie Alia has signed with the Kansas City Royals. We got to try to get all these other guys on the team before August 1st. So we're going to, again, make guys our certain priority, and we'll get into that more in the next episode because we are going to be playing a game very shortly against the 5th place Detroit Tigers. No, we're not in last place. It will be Detroit, as both these teams are just really bad. You got the 34 and 59 Tigers and the 37 and 57 Kansas City Royals. We're 20 games under. They're 25 games under. Probably no one will be at this baseball game. That's kind of what I expected at Kauffman Stadium, at least at this point of the year, with the 37 and 57 Royals. But the plan for the rest of the season, I think we're not going to be in the playoffs. We'll get to the trade deadline in the next episode, and I, again, want to have your guys' input here on this series. How much do we really sell? Because honestly, and I'll talk about it as this game goes on, especially deeper into this game, who do we really trade? Because we have our guys, we have our core guys that I want to keep on the team, but we have some guys as well that we could definitely move, and we could definitely get at least a little bit of value out of. We'll talk about it again, though, as the video progresses and as we get deeper into this game. Brad Keller making the start tonight, ERA of 4.85. He will go against Matt Vierling first, and Vierling going to hit a fastball into right field. It will barely drop. Vierling will be on with a leadoff single. Cesar Hernandez now up on the 2-1 pitch. The switch hitter going to hit one in the air, but right to the shortstop in Bobby Witt Jr. One gone now for the designated hitter in Akil Baddoo. 2-2 pitch for Baddoo on the ground. Right to Witt. Witt over to Garcia. Garcia to first. to Pasquantino. That does it for the inning as we go into the bottom half of the first inning. In comes Eduardo Rodriguez, 6-7 record so far for him this season. 3.86 is the ERA. He will see Bobby Witt Jr. first in the 3-2 pitch. Witt can hit a fastball deep in the air to center field, but that ball will be caught out there by Matt Vierling all the way to the warning track. And here is your Royals lineup for tonight. It goes Witt, Olivares, Pasquantino, Perez, Melendez, Profar, Lewis, Garcia, and Nate Eden batting ninth. Edward Olivares now up on the 1-1 pitch, usually batting a little bit later in the lineup, but against the lefty, we want him up in the 2 spot, and that's exactly why. Olivares picking up a single. Vinny Pasquantino hits one to the ground, and oh, it's going to be an easy double play turn for Detroit. It will be Baez to Jung over to Torkelson. As we go to the top of the second, Brad Keller going to strike out Austin Meadows on the fastball away. 1 down for Javi Baez on the 2-1 pitch. Baez batting .247 on the season. That average will go up with that bloop single in to right field. So Baez will be on first base for the 6th spot, which means Jake Rogers, the catcher. Rogers in the air. Oh, it's picked up the sky by Nate Eden. 2 down for Spencer Torkelson, the former #1 overall pick. Strike 3, looking on the slider. Checks his swing, but to no avail. As we go into the bottom of the second, there is the all-star in Salvador Perez. Ball is hitting to left field. He'll be on the leadoff single. And out of the plate, MJ Melendez. Full count. Melendez hits that fastball into center field. But that ball, again, will be caught by Matt Vierling. 1 down in the inning now. And to the plate will be the switch hitter in the form of Jurickson Profar. 1-1 pitch. Perfect off the bat of Profar. Again, on Hall of Fame difficulty, if we keep winning games, because I have not lost a game that I've played just yet, I may move it to legend because Kyle Lewis just hits one to right field. That might score a run. Salvador Perez from second. He's in there. The Tigers now down 1-0 thanks to Kyle Lewis's RBI single. Michael Garcia now gonna hit one to center field. Vierling charging in. We will send the runner from third. It will be a play at the plate. Jurickson Profar's in there. 2-0 for Kansas City as we still got 2 outs in the inning. Can the 9 spot produce? It will be Nate Eden batting .202 on the season. Perfect in the left. First and second, 2 outs. Top of the order up. You know what that means. Bobby Witt Jr. on the 2-1. Witt hits one to right. That ball gets through as well. Will we test the arm of Austin Meadows? We will. Everybody's safe. 3-0 for the Royals. They keep on adding on here in the bottom of the second. Edward Olivares now up on the 2-1 pitch. He hits one up the middle. The Royals are going to go up by 5 because a 99 speed from Bobby Witt. Edward Olivares with a 2 RBI single makes it 5-0. Vinny Pasquantino on the 2-1 pitch is going to hit one on the ground to second base. Chase Young over to Javi Baez, but the damage has been done. 5-0 for Kansas City, and Brad Keller going to sit down Chase Young on that slider. Now to the dish, it will be Justin Henry Malloy. Strike 3 looking. Malloy still looking for his first hit of the season. Matt Vierling now on the 1-2 pitch, gonna hit one on the ground to Nate Eden. Eden over to first, and Brad Keller is through 3 shutout innings. To the plate now here in the bottom of the third is Salvador Perez, the only all-star for this Kansas City squad, takes Eduardo Rodriguez yard. 6-0 now our score after Salvador Perez takes the Tigers deep. And again, I talked about it some in the last episode. There will be a new home run song very soon. Not again today, but there will be one in the next upcoming days. I got some suggestions in the comment section down below. I might use one of those, but again, just letting you know, there will be a new home run song very shortly. But Salvador Perez for now hits one out with no guidance. As in to pitch now, Eduardo Rodriguez is gone. It's Joey Wentz. 3.88 is the ERA for the lefty. Wentz will see MJ Melendez up first on the 1-1. Oh! MJ Melendez just straight up killed a man. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's a single and Joey Wentz is out of the game. No 3-batter minimum, of course, because of injury. Wentz is gone. Into pitch, it will be Matt Manning, the former starter, has not shown out this season for Detroit. ERA of 7.28. My goodness. He will get Jurickson Profar, though, to ground out. They're only going to get one because at first base, Spencer Torkelson will make a little error. Of course, still gets the out, so no error on the scorebooks. As Kyle Lewis is going to hit one into center field. That ball will be caught up there by Matt Vierling. 6-run game. No need to really send the runner. We'll keep him at second with 2 outs for Michael Garcia. Garcia going to hit one opposite field in to right. Going back will be Austin Meadows, and Meadows makes the play. But my goodness, the Royals up 6-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. Brad Keller going to pitch to Cesar Hernandez. That ball's in the right field, but there is Edward Olivares again on the run. Olivares makes the play. 1 down for Akil Badu. Swing and a miss. Okay, they're going to say he held up, but still strike 3, nothing less on the slider. Austin Meadows down the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 on the circle change as we go into the bottom of the 4th. But again, I don't know how much we do really sell at the deadline as Nate Eden, oh my goodness. Eden's 2 for 2 in this game. He only bats 202, but Nate Eden with 95 speed, our second leadoff in the 9 spot, breaks off a triple here to kick off the bottom of the 4th, and Bobby Witt now comes up to the plate on the 1-2 pitch. Witt, oh my goodness, strike 3. It gets past. Witt's gonna be safe. Oh my goodness. Okay, I wasn't completely expecting one to bounce exactly. Okay, I don't know what I was doing. I played this at like 1 o'clock in the morning last night. That's the reason there is no Padres video, because I'm very tired, but okay, we would have scored anyway. Edward Olivares, perfect right center field. That ball gets down off the wall. Oh my goodness, that one almost got out. Edward Olivares is on with a 2-out double. It would have scored Eden if we didn't make that mistake on the base paths, but Vinny Pasquantino is going to fly out into center field. There, of course, is Matt Vierling. Still 6-0 though for the Royals going into the 5th inning. But yeah, going back to the deadline, as Brad Keller is dealing, man, striking out Javi Baez. I think we're going to Legend in the next episode. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to be 6-0 playing, most likely, in each video. We did have a couple close calls, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of dominating right through the CPU right now. So we'll likely go to Legend for the next episode, as that should be a double plate turn. Okay. Didn't make a great throw, so we're just going to go over to first, pick up the out there. I don't know who we get rid of, though, honestly. I mean, obviously, you're not getting rid of a guy like Bobby Witt Jr. You maybe look at a trade for Edward Olivares, maybe for Vinny Pasquantino. Salvador Perez, we're not moving on from, obviously. MJ Melendez, never moving on from him. Jerkson Profar is a guy where, yeah, if we can get value, I'm trading Profar. We picked him up in free agency. The guy's batting 271. He's on a 2-year deal. Team can't take him for next year as well. That's a guy where we can 100% move, and I'd like to do that. Kyle Lewis, I want to keep. The guy's been really good for us this season. I kind of want to keep him around. Michael Garcia, we'll see. Nate Eden, probably not. I don't know how much value those two guys do have, as that ball is going to get barely past Pasquantino at first base. As for our pitching, obviously no Brady Singer. I mean, do we trade Zach Greinke? I don't think a team's going to want Greinke, but if a team trying to win right now needs a 5th starter, Greinke can be that guy for him, so maybe we'll look at that. Again, we will look at trades pretty much for everyone in the next episode, as Kyle Lewis continues to hit the baseball right there. That one's going to get down to right field. Bobby Witt Jr., though, going to slap one deep into right field. Will that ball get over the head of Austin Meadows? It will not, as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Dylan Coleman coming out of pitch now for the Royals, of course. We went 6 with Keller. That's enough for me. We could look at trading some bullpen arms. I mean, I don't really want to trade Scott Barlow, but if his value is really great, I might look into it. Obviously, the Diamondbacks are very intrigued by Barlow, and some other team as well earlier on in the season wanted to trade for Barlow too. I mean, again, bullpen arms are always at a premium. You can look at a guy like Aroldis Chapman, no matter how, shaky he can be in the bullpen, you're going to want to take a guy who throws 100 plus and who's a lefty at your bullpen. It makes sense, right? So we could trade a guy like Aroldis Chapman. Hell, even an Amir Garrett. I'm not going to trade Jordan Hicks because he's young, he's 25 years old, and he's a guy that can be on this team for a very long time, similar to what he was basically last year in the Nationals franchise. So we'll look. Again, we are going to look a lot in tomorrow's episode, so stay tuned tomorrow for the trade deadline. But in this game, man, the Tigers are getting just decimated by this Kansas City Royals team. It is 6-0. We go straight to the top of the 9th. Coleman's still pitching, looking for the 3-inning save. He'll strike out Cesar Hernandez on the fastball away. Akil Badu now on the 1-2 pitch, going to hit one to center field, but there will be Kyle Lewis. My controller battery is getting low, but Lewis makes the play. 2 going now in the inning. The final hope for Detroit will be Austin Meadows in the 2-2 pitch. Balls to the ground to Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino over to first. He tags the bag, and that will do it. The Kansas City Royals will win at home. Your final score, 6-0 combined. You get a shutout performance from Dylan Coleman and, of course, from Brad Keller and the Royals. I mean, in game we look really good. If we played all 162 every single season, there's a good chance we'd be in the playoffs, but unfortunately, that is not feasible. The Royals win 6-0. They get 14 hits tonight. It was that huge, and I mean absolutely huge, second inning, which really propelled us to victory. But again, the Royals are victorious over the Detroit Tigers. They will now have a record of 38 wins and 57 losses. As for the Detroit Tigers, they are now 34-60. So folks, thank you for watching episode number 6 of the Kansas City Royals franchise mode here on MLB The Show 23. If you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure you like if you are enjoying the series as well, and stay tuned again for tomorrow with the Royals franchise and the return, of course, of the Padres. Just a one-day break from the March to October. So folks, thank you for watching, and Mamba forever.